Hi guys, welcome to the Maker's Notebook podcast number 58. I'm Tracy.
And I'm Stacy.
And you can find our information to Ravelry and the social thing down below. We're a podcast about knitting, crocheting, inspiring, sharing funny things, recipes, whatever that floats our boat.
Yeah, we haven't had a recipe in a while though, right?
I know. I have to find some good ones.
Though Tracy made a cake, but that's somebody's recipe, right?
Yeah, that's Isa Chandra's cake.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I love it. It's what's it called? It's
the orange chocolate chip bundt cake.
Oh, okay.
She got it. I don't know if she has it on her website, but her
cookbook.
It's in her cookbook, but I don't know if it's on her website though, because sometimes she has certain recipes that's on her website that's in the cookbook. So her name is Isa, Isa Chandra, Chandra.
And I'll put a link below.
Yeah, and she used to be part of the post-punk kitchen, but then it went quiet for a while, and then it looked like she started posting again. So I don't know. It's like
I think she had her own
website, right?
She was in a restaurant somewhere in New York.
She had a location in New York, but she also had one in Iowa, I believe. I don't know.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I don't know if she still I haven't followed her in a while. Yeah. So yeah, but her stuff tasty. Yeah, but I made that for dinner, Sunday dinner, this past weekend.
It was so good.
I know everybody had second.
I'm telling you, how many of us? 7 of us?
Yes.
4 adults and 3 kids.
Yes.
And Tracy, it's a bundt cake. And I would say 2/3 of it was gone.
Yes. 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 And the little piece that I gave them, a small piece. I'm like, y'all take more than half of it, right? Whatever's left. And she was like, no.
No, her kids love that stuff. So, I mean.
Well, the next day.
Of course, they demolished it.
They demolished it. They were fighting over it.
Oh, yesterday I ate. So I cut it and I cut my piece in half. And my son ate one on Monday. And I think my husband ate too. But then there was one slice, a very sliver left, and I put it in the fridge. And then yesterday, somebody came down and said, oh, somebody ate the cake. I was coming to get that. I'm like, well, I asked my son if he wanted it, and he's like, no. So I'm like, good. I'm going to have it. And I was like happy eating it. And then my husband came down and says, oh,
he had his heart set on it, didn't he?
I wanted that cake.
I know you
I can make that one too. I'm not a big cake maker. Tracy is.
Yeah,
but
I like making cakes.
That one I don't mind. I think it comes out like anybody. If you can't bake, anybody can make this one. It's nice and simple.
It's simple, easy, accessible ingredients. I don't like ingredients that you have to go hunting for it, right? Yeah. So my daughter got me this cookbook at Christmas. Was it last Christmas? I don't remember. But anyway, it had a bunch of raw desserts, and I thought I wanted it. I wanted it because I guess when I was looking at it, when it was coming out, the recipes looked so good. But then when I got it and I started looking at the ingredients, it's like, wait a minute.
Where do I find this stuff?
I mean, really, and why I don't want to spend a lot of money on all these ingredients just for 1 teaspoon or,
Especially if it's not something you use all the time.
Exactly. So I have
because herbs, I'm like that with herbs. I buy it and then I don't use it all the time.
You got to center your meals around those particular herbs that you get that week for that one recipe, and then you got to find other recipes to put it in.
I'll be willing to modify, like substitute.
Yes.
So
yes. But it frustrated me, so it's like I made one dessert out of it for my daughter's birthday last year, and she's been bugging me again, saying, "Hey, are you going to make a dessert out of it?" And it's just like, yeah, but those ingredients, it's a long laundry list, and it's like, you have to order them and they're expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I like looking at it though, the cookbook.
Yeah, me too. I like looking.
Anybody else like reading a cookbook?
Yeah. I think there's a few people out there.
I like it. I like reading or looking at the pictures. That's just me.
I like the photography. And I like now these days, like every recipe almost has a picture.
Yes.
Versus back in the day when only certain recipes had a picture within the cookbook.
Yeah.
I'm like, how are you supposed to know what this looks like if you don't see a picture?
And then how am I supposed to know I want to eat that?
Yeah.
If I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
So that's just me though.
Yeah.
We're spoiled.
Yeah.
So Anyway,
so
I'm not wearing any knits today because it's kind of warm today.
Yeah, we're coming to you from outside Charlotte and Claire, Carolina blues, and warm, like going to be like Tracy said, warm.
Yeah.
Like 70s.
Upper
Right?
70s.
Yeah.
Upper 70s.
Oh, upper 70s.
Yes. My girls went to school in shorts today. They were so excited. Oh. I'm like, you guys are rushing it a bit, aren't you? Because it's supposed to be rainy tomorrow. So the cool weather's coming back, if you ask me.
Yeah, yeah, because the nights are very cold, and then the days are warmer,
and
it's like a 30-40 degree change.
Yes, 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 agreed. What are you wearing?
What I'm wearing, I'll talk in FOs.
Oh, right,
because it's an FO.
Oh, right, right.
So
it's really nice though.
Yeah. So do you want to jump right in?
Yeah, sure.
Finished objects.
Yes. I don't have any.
You don't have any?
No. I'm a little behind, and I'll explain why when we get there.
Well, I don't have any whips to share, so I guess you'll make up for that. And there you go.
Yeah.
An even episode.
Yes.
Just enough FOs and just enough
whips.
Anyway, so my first finished object I'll talk about, because it's going to be quick, because we've seen it 100 million times, and I promised I wasn't going to go too much into detail about it. It's my geo gradient.
Oh, she's finally done.
I'm finally done with it.
Oh, it's nice. Oh, wow.
I blocked it out. There is some, so okay, the yarn again is Hearts on Fiber, and I did the crochet center, and then the rest I followed the pattern as is. The only modification I did was with the colors here. I guess you're supposed to do, color A, B, C, D, and I did color A, color B, color A, color C, color A, color D. And I held color A in this section here, the eyelets. I held it with mohair, some scrap mohair. So I don't know if you can see halo. I can from my vantage point. And then
crochet the center.
Yeah, the crochet center I think was fun. I like the marriage of crochet and knitting.
Yes.
Because,
why not?
I think this is my first project where I marry the two, and I love it.
Yeah.
Actually, the colors, it's bright, it's nice, it's different, and it's not. I don't hate. I don't hate it. I like it, but there is one version that Stephen West has, and I'll flash a picture here. That is the perfect color scheme.
Wow,
it's perfect. But anyway, I would totally wear this though. So anyway, there's this dip 5-stitch border that goes along the bottom of it.
Yes.
Which was fun and meditative. I thought it was fun. It was easily memorizable.
Yes.
And then an I-cord binder.
So you didn't do the tassels, because
I don't like tassels.
That's not me. I didn't like it. Although I did see this one Instagram of hers looked really good. But still, that's not for me.
I think if I try to do tassels, it would look not professional. Like it would look,
I think that goes on a blanket.
It will look good when I do it. But anyway, maybe we think too hard about these things. And then this section, I forget what it's called, but anyway, this is nice patterned section. So anyway, that's my geo gradient finally.
Remind me what size needle you use for the crochet? Do you remember?
I'll have to flash it.
Yeah.
But I like I love crocheting with these yarns.
Yes.
Because our crochet journey was always with like Lion Brand or something
acrylic
like that.
Yarns, chunky.
Which is not bad,
Yeah.
But doing it with like hand dyed, variegated, or just hand dyed yarns. It's something I would like to explore further. Right. And I'm doing a scarf actually, which I haven't touched since I last showed it to you guys. It's a crochet scarf. And that one, it's so fun looking at the crochet with the variegated. I'm just loving it so much. So I love that. And I would like to do another piece like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's my geograding.
Came out nice and big, like nicely blocked.
Yeah, blocking, man, it does wonders.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
I'll have to take pics of this and throw it on Ravelry.
Very nice.
Yeah, and all the yarns. I mean, I talked about it already. I don't want to bore you guys with it. And it's on my Ravelry if you guys need to refer to it. But it's hearts on fiber yarn, and so. Yeah. And the mohair was just some leftovers I had. Mm-hmm. Anyway, my final FO, which was an FO, I finished it actually yesterday, and I weaved in the ends this morning, and I steam blocked it so I can wear it. Tracy and I are matching our shirts. I've had this shirt for like ever. And I was like trying to figure what'll go good with this. I envision wearing this with like a short sleeve tee, but I don't have one right now. I need to go buy. You know how you need t-shirts is something you need to buy like every year almost.
Specific t-shirts to wear because, on the blazer or on the vest.
They get dingy after a while, right? So that's why. Anyway, I need to do that for this. Anyway, in lieu of that, I'm just wearing it with what I thought matched with this mint green shirt. And this yarn is Malabrigo Rios in the color Cloud. I think it's Cloud something. Cloud Sunshine. Anyway, it's a worsted weight yarn. And I had 3 skeins. And what I have left is 65 grams of the third. So it used like almost 2.5 skeins of this. And it's a vest, and I'll show more picture. I'll flash a video here. And I knit the size medium, which fits a bust size of about, it has a finished bust measurement of 36 inches. And the medium is supposed to fit bust size is 34 to 36 inches. It's, as you can see, a V shape neckline, and then it's ribbed around the armholes.
That's nice.
And that 1 purl 1 situation. Yeah. And then the V-neck, same thing. Right. It's a bottom-up construction. And so what I did, I modified it in the measurements. Okay. So instead of knitting where she says the ribbing to the armpits, I knit 13 inches instead of 11 3/4 inches, which the pattern called for. And then from the shoulders to the armpits, that length I adjusted it. The pattern says 6 3/4, and I did 9 inches. Okay. And so the total length from shoulder to the bottom ribbon I did 20 inches, and the pattern called for 17.5 inches. The ribbing adds another inch to the bottom from the armpits. So I accounted for that. I didn't want, I think I mentioned in the last podcast, I didn't want a 12-inch length. I wanted it to be slightly longer. I wanted it to be like 13 inches because I feel like it falls better that way on me. And it came out perfectly. I also didn't want the V-neck to be as high up as hers. So I knitted the pieces, the front and back pieces longer than she stated. And so you do a bottom-up constructions, bottom ribbing, and then it's a long one. It's like what, 2 inches or so, 2.5. I want to say. If that's wrong, I'll correct it. And then you knit until you get to the arm, where you separate for the sleeves. Well, you knit to the armhole, and then you put the back on hold, and then you knit the front right, front left, and then you knit the back. And then you knit the back, I think she said, you want the front, I think it's the back to come longer over, than the front, so the back will be a little longer. Now I could have it the other way. I could be wrong and it should be the other way, so I'll correct it on the screen. But yeah, pre-blocked, my measurements with the US 7 needles, which is what the pattern calls for, was 20 stitches and 28 rounds for 4 inches. When I blocked it, it came out to 19 stitches and 28 rounds. So I kept that in mind when I picked a size. The pattern has a range of sizes for worsted. It goes all the way up to 54 to 56 inch plus, which is good. And the other good positive thing about this pattern is that it has instructions for fingering weight, DK weight, up to worsted. I think that's pretty good. I think that's really cool that she did. Oh, it goes up to bulky. So it's 4 weights that she has in this one pattern that you buy. The thing is, and this, I don't know if I said the title of this, but it's the Basic Vest by Cleome Smith. And this is my first pattern using knitting one of her patterns. And the one thing I have to say, if you're a beginner, no, not for you.
Yet.
And even as a new pattern reader, it might be a little difficult in that I think many, and we've talked about it before, European pattern writers tend to assume that they don't write all the details. So they compare to the American pattern writers. And so you kind of have to come to the table knowing a few things.
Right.
So you can understand. So some of it, I had to read it like more than once.
Yep.
Like more than 5 times.
Yep.
More than 10 times.
Yep.
And sometimes I just went with it. I'm like, I could only assume what she means.
Yep.
And I went with it. So I would say this is more like advanced beginner, more somebody experienced.
Yeah. I
would say because of the way it was written. The way it was knitted, it's easy. I mean, you can do it. Just with that caveat that if you're a beginner, just know that you might have some questions.
Right.
Or might have some figuring out things to do.
Yeah.
But if you've knitted a few tops, like V-neck top, you should be able to figure it out and make some assumptions.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, I love it.
It looks good.
So
it looks really good.
And it's perfect. I don't feel hot.
Right.
So it's perfect for where we are in this time of our life.
Keeps it cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I have. And that's it as far as finished objects.
Okay.
So moving right on to works in progress.
So I'm just going to show a couple items. I'm still working on the coloring book tee by Amy Sher. And the last time I showed that, I was making good progress, but then I tried it on and it was big. So I regrouped. I went down a needle size. So she calls for size 4 needle. I went down to size 5, but I'm still making the size 2. And I'm getting a little nervous, but I'll try it on. When I get to a certain point, I'll try it on again and see. And I'm crossing my fingers. I hope I don't have to redo it. And, you know, I swatched, and the swatch told me to go with the size 6 needle. So, I don't know. I don't know if it's me. Maybe I'm screwing it up. I don't know. Probably me. Anyway, so I don't really have much to I'm almost to the same place where I was last time, so I'm not going to show you that. But I am also working on the Grammy, what is it called?
The Grammys Medley Sweater by Tina Say.
Yep.
And I cannot wait to cast that on.
Yes. I am done for the most part with the body, and now I'm working on, so it's a bottom-up construction, and it looks like it's all these different, I guess, play on knitting stitches in the sweater, right? Using different color yarns. And that's what I like about it, right? So I knit the ribbon for about 1 inch, and then I worked the body, and then now I'm up to the part where I'm going to be working the front of the sweater, the V-necks, up to the shoulder. So that's where I am, and it's going to be kind of hard to show you. Give me a quick hot minute to get it, if I can show it properly. Probably can't. Anyway, so this is the body. It looks so small, but this is superwash yarn, so I'm thinking it's going to stretch out longer, but I don't want it too long. So anyway, so this is...
How long did you knit the...
I knit it for 11 inches. It don't look like 11 inches, right? But it's supposed to be, sorry, 10 inches, because I accounted for the lock-in. So about 10 inches, 10, 11 with the ribbon. So it looks short, right?
I don't know. I probably would have went to 12.
12? Oh, I put it up against me, and I wanted to fall at a certain point.
If you want to fall there, no,
Yeah.
it's far from your armpits.
Well, isn't it coming up to a certain point? Well, I'm working, because you can't see it right now because I'm confusing you all. Sorry.
So where does the armpit fall on the picture, on her?
It falls, you see, and this is why we have these discussions, right? Because I don't have a picture of it. We have to look online.
Is it supposed to be like a dropped? Like it's supposed? Is it supposed to?
She only have one picture on there, so it's kind of hard to see.
Yeah,
and the way she's sitting, you can't really see it.
Yeah.
So
because if it's coming up to your, not directly on the armpits, but like close to, like a normal sweater.
Yeah.
Then I would want that to be longer. Like I would go 12, and then thinking it'll block out to 13 maybe.
Right.
And sometimes these things don't block out that way as you would think.
That's true. So, because if you think about it,
I don't know. And plus, you're a tight knitter, so I don't know.
You don't know? I just don't want it to be too big on me. So, if you see, because I'm thinking the V-neck starts here, right?
Okay.
And then if it blocks,
okay, it might work.
No, you
Maybe.
think I might need to? Well, I need to know if
You did 11. You say 11?
Yes.
What do you normally do all your sweaters?
About 11 and a half.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're good.
I should be, right? It's kind of hard.
It's for me. I need it to be like 13.
Guys,
like 13.
I don't like bottom up for this reason, right? So, what I can do is put it on, what I'm going to do now that we're talking about it, I'll probably put it on waist yarn and then try it on and see. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah, before you
go any further.
Before you start, because then you'll just have to undo too much, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I guess as you can see, I like the way the pattern is going, but I want to make sure it fits right because I don't want it long, but I don't want it short either. I knitted the Ohika sweater, and that is the perfect length for me.
What length is that?
It's 11 and a half. Because
from the armpit.
From the armpit down, yes. I am very, in my opinion, I'm on the petite side, on the taller end of the petite side. I'm not short petite, but I am, right there where I think petite people go up to 5'3", 5'2". So I'm about 5. I say I'm 5'4". My girls say I'm 5'3".
No, you're 5'3". I'm 5'3".
Are you? Dang it.
5'4".
Yes, it's on that. That's what it is on my license.
Is it because you think you're doing Pilates or something?
I don't know. I'm doing something. I'm stretching.
We're the same height. If anything, at this age, we're shrinking.
Oh gosh. No. But anyway, I have shorter legs. All right. So because of that, then Stacy is probably like more even proportioned in terms of torso to legs, right? So I feel like sweaters, I can't have it too long and I can't have it too short. So I gotta have it hit a certain length. And I was going based on my Ohika to do this. So, but anyway, I'll try it on. But I am at the point now where I'm working the front tops. So this is the, what is it called? It's not the yoke yet, right? It's the front. This is the V-neck.
Like this part of it.
Yeah. So this is the V-neck right here. And then this is the front shoulder on the
You just say left front, right front.
Yeah.
Of the V-neck.
Left front, right front of the V-neck. And I'm working on the left front right now. But like I said, I'm going to try it on when I, and see. It's it's very well written. I don't have a problem with it. My only issue is that I don't like bottom up sweaters for this reason. I like to try it on. And, it's kind of weird. No?
Well, I did this bottom up.
Did you?
So
I don't do too many bottom up. I do a couple. I've done a few, but not a lot.
Yeah.
And it's like, and this is what my issue is with bottom up. And even people, when they seam together sweaters, it looks so good. The construction looks amazing. However, it's like, that's seaming.
Yeah, but seaming is good. I mean, it holds together.
Yes, I heard that. I've heard many times that the construction is way better. But anyway, so I just wanted to show a quick update of where I am. And I don't know if I'll have this done for the next podcast.
Do you know what kind of sleeves you're going to do? Are you going to do her pattern sleeves?
Yes.
Or...
I'm going to follow her pattern.
Is it more like a balloon? What kind of sleeve is it?
It's a regular, you decrease going down to the wrist. I'm not going to do the balloon only because she has the same type of pattern scheme in there. So it wouldn't look right. That's more of a solid. If you're doing a solid, then that would look good.
Yeah.
But anybody else knitting this besides me and soon to be Stacy? It's a good way to use up stash, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's using up like 4 skeins of yarn.
Yeah.
Right? And you stash, and
yeah,
with it being 3 up to 4 skeins, there are 3 different colors, right?
Yes, so. Correct. And I know I said it last time, but I'll just say it in case you guys haven't seen the last episode yet. I'm using Chelsea Luxe and 80-10-10 and Magpie fibers. Magpie is the green, Chelsea is the variegated in there, and then this is Madeline Tosh. I want to say it's Madeline Tosh Merino, I believe, but in the color Scout. And I'm using a size 7 needle, and it's a fun knit. I would say it's a fun knit. It's very interesting. It will hold your attention, and the only thing, like I said, I don't like bottom up. But so did I forget anything else?
No.
Did I? You don't have to put that in because I'm trying to be more descriptive. I didn't make any modifications at all. So when she said in the pattern, she did say, I guess when she's going into separating for the front left and right, it seemed like she wanted to go start from the part where your main stitch markers, your beginning of round stitch marker is. And I didn't like how my line was coming out jagged like. So I adjusted mine and I put it to the side so you can't fully see it. Does that make sense? So my split down the middle looks more uniform than my split here.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
anyway, love to see it when you're done.
Yeah,
because the different colors, like it's kind of hard
to see,
to figure out the orientation.
Yeah, but so
I like it though. It's interesting.
It's interesting. I can't wait to see your colored combo together.
Yeah.
I've seen other color combos, and it's just like by Barnyard Knits, her color combos she have on her Instagram.
She did this sweater?
No, but I was thinking some of the color combos will work great for that sweater.
Really? Barnyard Knit? I'll have to check that out.
Yes.
Christina from Chelsea Yarns has like that zebra yarn, which is what Tina Say used.
Okay.
And she has the perfect colors.
Yes.
I'm like, man, I don't need to go buy yarn for this, but because the whole point of knitting it was to use the yarn from the stash. So it doesn't make sense to say, oh, I'm going to go buy yarn for that. But
even though I want to.
But she has the perfect zebra yarn. She even has the light, the medium, and the dark color. Oh boy.
And then finally, I'm still working on the Musselburgh hat, a little at a time.
I have to knit another one of
You
those.
have to. I want to knit another one. I'm looking through my stash now to see what solid colors what tonal colors I have to knit one that's wearable. See, this will match my coat. You guys have seen Stacy showed hers a couple of podcasts ago, and basically it's the Musselburgh hat by what's her name? Where's my notes?
It's escaping me.
I had my notes here. Did it fall? Hold on, then I have to pull it up. Yeah, it's by Ysolda Teague, and the yarn I use, I have Stacy flash it on the bottom because I can't find my tag right now. But it's a finger iron weight yarn, and I'm using a size 4 needle, and this is what I like about this hat, like you say, no swatching. So, I'm using just one skein, and I'm a little nervous about running out of yarn, but Stacy said I have enough. So
she has enough because she's past the midway point.
Yeah. So I think I'm supposed
to me, I always think you're running out, but actually there's more yarn wrapped up here than in the beginning section when it's
that makes sense.
Wider. So yeah, there's a lot of yarn. We measured it. It's 45 grams left. It's half.
Yeah.
So
let me tell you, this is very beginner friendly. This is so fun. And the next one I want to make, I want to do the little funky lines in there. Maybe I'll make it for my husband. That'll be nice. So one side will be solid, and then when you push it back into its other side, it'll be you can show the stripes. But yeah, this is a very addictive, easy, beginner friendly, and all levels hat. And for those of you who don't know, it's like one long tube, and you have the top here. And
did you use the Maria Ochers?
Yes, cast on. Yes. And basically you do the cast on, and then you
knit for like 4 inches. No, well, a couple inches, right?
A couple inches.
And then she long enough so you can measure your stitch gauge.
Yes.
And then she tells you
what size to go with.
Depending on the size you want, like how many stitches to increase to.
Correct.
And then from there it's just knit
a tube.
Yeah.
And this is perfect for like knit night, right? You don't have to pay close attention, but then you knit the tube, and then you do the decrease, and you close it up, and then it just folds into itself like that. I mean, I'm doing a sloppy job, but my point is, you get the picture.
Yeah. So, no, it's nice color.
Yeah. So I am excited to do another one. I think I'm going to be making one for me, and one for my girls, and one for my husband.
Yeah, it's a nice project to have on the needles.
Yes.
If you're like, I have too many socks and I don't want to knit socks, or for whatever reason.
Yes.
But this is like
ideal.
And you use a whole skein of yarn.
Yes.
So it's perfect.
Yes. So I'm like already thinking like, man, I need to get some yarn to make, some hats, more hats. So anyway, that's what I have.
You could totally use your stash as a stash buster too, because you can knit half of it one color and the other half. If you don't like stripes, you can just knit the other half another color, and that way it's reversible.
Correct.
Right? And then when you could wear it just straight, and it'll just be the one color showing, or you can wear it where you flip it up and the secondary color would be showing.
On the brim, yes.
So I think that's pretty cool. So many ways to do it. I'm not a big stripe person. I think stripes look weird on me, but if I were to do it, I would do the 2 colors.
Yes.
One on side.
Yes. I'm gonna, definitely. The only thing with variegated yarn, I don't know if I like that look. For a hat.
It has to be subtle.
Very subtle, yes.
Yeah.
It can't be
wild.
Yes. Which is what I have some of.
Because, I feel like at my age, I don't,
That's not for me. That's just not me to wear that. Yeah. I mean, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it.
No, it looks great on people.
Yes. But me.
Some people can rock it. But...
Yeah. I'm more of a plain Jane girl when it comes to that. So, yeah.
There's a few people on YouTube who are like that. Knitters. Just like the
plain.
The safe colors, The
that's
grays,
me.
The bright, the taupes.
Yeah, that's me. My house is all neutral tones. It's just that's just me.
I like
Who
a
am.
splash of color though. I mean,
Yeah.
my living room, I have like 2 sofas. One is cream and one is like sapphire blue.
Yeah.
But everything else in the house is white. White walls, white cabinets,
White carpet.
everything's
I shouldn't say carpet, rug.
Yeah, the floor is a light color.
Yeah.
So it's just so much lightness going. I just wanted that pop.
Yeah.
So
to help anchor it too.
So me personally, I like the grays and all that, but I like the pop.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I saw this one designer. She had a dining room and she painted the walls at iron ore, and then she had, was it the buffet was it black too? But then the table was that pine color, that
like
light
that
color,
look. Yes.
and the chairs were like these white funky chairs,
Mm-hmm.
and the chandelier. I was just like, wow,
because it's like a black background, and then the furniture that's lighter, it just makes it pop. Even more.
Exactly. So, it drew the eye in for sure.
I love that one.
And if I remember correctly, the chandelier had some bling in it. So it's like,
yeah, if you go like brass.
Yes.
And then, some nice neutral curtains.
Yes, she had that.
Chairs.
The person had that. Yep.
Chef's kiss.
Yes. Yes. It was stunning. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I love home design. I love home decor. It's my obsession.
See, I love it too, but I am so not sure of myself, of my choices. So, whereas, and you take your time, right? You take your time and you study and you figure out this work in my space and think about it and mold it over, right?
But part of it too, it comes from watching a lot of designers online, and I've collected like Amber Lewis is my favorite, and Jen Stouffer, and even Studio McGee, But in watching all their work, and even Property Brothers and those other guys, because I used to be an HGTV addict, but we don't have cable anymore, so I can't watch those things. Only when we go to the hotels. Then we all can't wait to turn on HGTV.
Because it stays on.
It stays on the whole time in the hotel. But anyway, what I've learned is that, you have to, there are ways to make your home cohesive.
Yes.
So if your style house on the facade is more like modern contemporary, then the inside so you can't have like traditional, right?
Correct.
That would be kind of weird.
Correct.
I mean, you can have traditional elements like a grandfather clock, say,
right.
In a modern setting, but that should be like, that kind of warms up a space. Those sort of elements kind of bring the space down and make it more like homey, livable.
Yeah.
But you can't, do like have a traditional house and have a totally contemporary modern design in your house. I mean, you can do whatever you want, but I'm just saying, like,
I had a friend that did that. She her outside looked somewhat traditional, but when you went in, it's like it was all modern, everything, and it's just like, it doesn't match.
For resale and that sort of thing, it kind of makes it sort of thing.
Yeah.
So for my house, I don't like calling it modern farmhouse because it's more on the modern end of, what would you call it? Modern farmhouse, right?
Yeah.
It is modern farmhouse, but I take the modern ends of things and I even go with elements of Scandinavian.
Yes.
Because I love
the elements of Scandinavian.
I love Scandinavian.
I'm more of the classic with Scandinavian in there. That's what I am.
Yeah. So that's my vibe. I do love tradition. I love all styles, actually. I really do. If it's done well.
Boho. I like boho.
Yeah.
If it's done well, like you said.
Yeah.
I'm not really what's the word? A strong colored person in terms of colors, bold colors. I'm not a bold color person. Maybe one item, like you say, a bold color, but and that's how I do with my clothes too. Yeah. One item of bold color, everything else is all neutral, right?
Yeah, it's sort of how we dress.
Yeah. Just the personality. I don't know. I don't know. It's like, it's so funny because I guess our family, one side is very bold, and
they love bold colors. Yeah, oranges and reds.
Yeah,
blue,
yellows,
bright blues.
Yes, and then the other side of the family, it's like tonal,
total subtle.
Yeah. So I think that's just how we are. Because of that. I never thought of it that way until now.
Yeah.
I wonder how my kids will be, because That's interesting.
I did want to mention one thing. What's the designer for the test that I did that you did?
For this one here, Alicia Plummer.
Alicia Plummer. Okay, so Alicia Plummer has a mystery knit-along going.
Ooh.
And I highly recommend it. Because I don't want you guys being all jealous of my, because I test knitted and
It turned out nice.
I love it so much. Don't be jealous, I said. I mean, I would hate for you to do it and don't like it, but man.
It's nice.
I mean, maybe people are posting pictures online. Take a look. It's a quilt. I'll post the name of the title of the mystery knit along here, so you can reference it and provide a link. But do support it. I think you would like it. It's different than anything I've knitted.
Okay.
In that way, right?
Okay.
Would you say so?
Oh yeah, for sure. The shape. Yeah, definitely.
I'm telling y'all might be jealous. So check it out. And, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think of that knit along. If you see any pictures on Instagram, I haven't checked. But, do support her. I mean, it's a good one.
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty good.
Yeah. Anything else?
No, that's it.
So, guys, it's a short one. We have some ideas percolating about some things we want to do on the channel. We will try to refine that and actually get to doing it because time is flying. We have all these ideas we want to execute, but then the days is just not enough hours.
It's not.
Do you have that problem too? So
I don't know how I did it when the kids were younger too. It's crazy. So
yeah, people, in retirement, they're bored. I'm like, not going to be my problem. Not going to be my problem. With all my crafts, even if I go nowhere, which I'm pretty sure part of our retirement plans includes traveling, I can see myself with an easel and a paintbrush. Honestly, I'd be painting. Also, Afro-Bohemian knits. I'll post her link here. Check out her. She's doing a 100-day challenge of her art. Beautiful work.
Right.
You practice anything for 100 days.
Yeah.
You'll be
good. Yes. Yes.
So anyway, we'll come to you guys in another couple weeks.
Yes.
So hope you're enjoying the weather where you are. Hopefully allergies are not bothering you too much.
They're coming in. Yes.
Tracy and I are busy repotting some of our plants. We went down that rabbit hole.
Yes.
But man, we could keep talking.
Yes.
Of nonsense.
Oh my gosh. I was telling Stacy, I said, Porthos plants love living with me. Everything else, not so much. But then again, when I first started acquiring plants, I did not utilize the internet to its fullest to help me take care of them. I just thought, hey, you watered them and that was it. I didn't think you had to prune it. I didn't think you have to repot it. I didn't think you had to fertilize it. Well, I did fertilize it, but not often. I wasn't on a schedule, right? I didn't think.
And you didn't understand the growing seasons, right?
No, I didn't understand. Exactly, I didn't understand.
Thanks to the YouTubes.
Yes. So potting mix, specifics what that plant needs, right? Yeah. Drainage, everything, right? And people always say drainage. This thing just drainage holes in the pot, but not realize soil too, right? And it's just like all this stuff we went down this rabbit hole and we're learning. And now it's like time is, because it's warming up here. We have that app to help us. Well, at
Planter.
Least, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I gave my daughters access to the app and oh Lord, bad news.
But you gave her access?
I gave her access and she's like, don't touch my plant. I'm taking care of it when I get home. You got it, sister.
She's obsessed too.
Yeah.
I guess all the traipsing to the plant shops.
So she went to the other day. She was out of school, and we went to the plant house shop. And
Plant House knows us.
Yes,
they're like, "Welcome back again."
Yes, they're like, "You were just here." I'm like, "Yes, I was." But my daughter wanted to buy a plant, and at first she wanted a bird of paradise, but I steered her away from that because I don't think it was good for a beginner plant. Mm-hmm. And she has a pothos in her room and it's doing really well. But she wanted something for the floor, so we said we'll try the Monstera for her. And but anyway. just like enjoying it. But then I realized my Monstera at home was not doing so well. And we kept looking at it and I'm like, something is wrong. So then I pulled it apart and I think it has root rot in it. So I cut off a couple leaves, gave it to my girls each, and I took one. And then I continued to pull it apart and I threw out some. And I have 3 stems.
Yeah.
And I stuck it in water until I decide what to do with it. I don't know what to do with it. I want to put it back in dirt and soil, but I want to make sure it's right. And I want to make sure the roots grow out some more.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long to leave it in the soil though.
Yeah.
I mean in the water. That's my concern. But anyway, I'm repotting stuff. So today the goal is to repot all the pothos I have.
I know. I think I have 3 more to repot.
I have 6.
Plus 2 I just want to repot because I feel like the soil is not, But I just got that new one up there. That's the Hoya Crimson Princess.
We went to this nursery the other day in the rain. We were serious. And we got one each. And oh my gosh, I'm loving that thing. It looks so nice inside my living room.
It's in quarantine here in my office because I don't want to introduce it to my other plants yet until I know what's make sure. I'm going to repot it just to check out the soil, the roots to make sure there's no issues before I introduce it to my clan.
Yeah.
So, this is somebody who was black thumbs.
Yes.
Who is getting better with the Planter app.
Yes.
We are not affiliated and
they're
not sponsoring anything. But they helped me to become more of a green thumb. I feel like I'm almost there.
And mine is very, very, very super light with a tiny bit of
lime green.
Lighter than lime green.
My bird of paradise, and I'll show a video here. It was I had to kick it out into the garage because it had these white things in it. After I repotted it, I don't know, it's white flies, like it's in the soil. I don't think it's gnats. There's a word for it. I don't remember. But apparently it's very like, it can lay eggs and cause all kind of issues. So we end up, it took me a while to find the right pot, which, guys, we could go on and on about plants.
Yes.
I found this lechuza pot and I got the right soil mix, which my gratitude buddy told me what to do. It's perlite. No, she didn't tell me perlite, but I ended up adding a little perlite to it. Orchid bark and cactus mix. And that gives it more of an aerating soil because I think regular potting soil is just too heavy for it.
Yeah.
Doesn't, it holds too much. It's too much.
Yeah.
So the lechuza, which is, it's a big bird of paradise. It was small when I got it in 2022. It was like small. And now it's taller than, it's like
7 foot tall.
It's tall now.
It's 6 or 7 foot tall.
It wasn't that tall when I got it. It was like shorter than me. And so I ended up, that lechuza plant pot. It's a self-watering planter. And with such a big plant, I felt like I needed to invest the money in a planter like that. So that way all I have to do is pour water into this hole. It will tell me how full it is. And then it'll just take the water when it needs. That's better than me trying to figure out, did I water it enough? And then usually with my plants, I make sure the water, when I water it, it drains out. And such a big plant, I can't be moving that thing around to make sure it drains out. Right. It's just too much. So I think the self-watering for such a big plant is ideal. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully you're seeing a video of it. We could talk more plants. Every time people come over, I want to talk about plants. I'm like, look at my plants. So we're a bit obsessed over here with it.
I know. It's like I'm talking to them and my daughter laughs. But then she's doing it too. So
it's exciting to see. Oh, and then we had a clipping last year. Before we go, we're going to sign off. We're going to let y'all go in a minute.
Talk about plants. Come on.
I bought a Hoya Crimson Queen, but it was a clipping, a branch, and this was last year. And then now, finally, nothing. But this year, just now, the other day, like 2 days ago,
pushing out.
I'm seeing a little
bud.
So
Mine
I
isn't.
repotted it in more a soil mix of perlite, orchid, and cactus mix.
Me too.
And hopefully, I'm hoping it grows
Takes
because
off.
Crimson Queen, if you try to go buy that,
It's expensive.
You know.
It's expensive.
So Princess wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But the Queen was double the price of that.
Yes.
So
yes. I repotted mine last night too, but I have no bud. I see something on there, but I can't tell because it's so tiny.
Yeah.
So, but in the next few days,
so my gratitude buddy that works in horticulture, and she said that Hoyas like to be almost neglected.
Yeah.
Dried out.
Yeah.
So I bought a water meter. So I'm going to make sure that thing dries out and not, try not to.
You put it back in the same pot, right?
I put it back in the same pot, but just because it's just a clipping. So they say you shouldn't put in too big of a pot,
right?
Because it needs to establish.
Yeah. Yeah. I put mine in a 2-inch pot. I think it's 2-inch. But
I think mine is 3-inch.
So I repotted my Dieffenbachia, but I totally forgot to put it. Should put it in my clear pot. Put it back in the same pot, which was totally fine.
You just did
but
it.
then I just did it last night. So
just
should I put it back in there?
Just move it.
Okay. I mean, that's the point of me getting the clear pots, right?
Yeah. But anyway, we could keep y'all talking about plants, house decor.
You guys like that stuff too, right? Let us know.
Let's not go down the rabbit hole of crafts. Oh my God. Anyway.
Love crafts. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Anyway. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for chatting. Thanks for listening to us chat. Hopefully some of it was entertaining.
Or inspiring.
We gave you some, inspire you guys to either go get a plant and check it out, or knit something.
Yeah.
So we'll come to you guys in a couple weeks. Have a good one. Take care. Happy knitting.
Bye.